In the desolate outskirts of a long-forgotten town, veiled in the mist of time and whispered legends, loomed the abandoned asylum known only as Whispering Shadows. Its decrepit silhouette stood as a testament to forgotten horrors, where the wails of tormented souls still echoed through its crumbling halls. This harrowing tale unfurls with a solitary man driven by a relentless pursuit of truth. His name was Jonathan, a journalist with a morbid fascination for the macabre and a heart untouched by fear. Ignoring the warnings of the townsfolk, he ventured alone into the depths of Whispering Shadows, armed only with his courage and determination. As Jonathan stepped across the threshold into the asylum's icy embrace, a chill swept through his bones, and the air grew thick with the weight of forgotten anguish. Shadows danced in the corners of his vision, and whispers clawed at the edges of his consciousness, begging to be heard. Undeterred by the oppressive atmosphere, Jonathan pressed forward, his footsteps echoing through the empty corridors like a dirge. The asylum seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, as if it were alive, feeding on the fear of those who dared to trespass within its walls. In the depths of the asylum, Jonathan stumbled upon a forgotten chamber, its walls adorned with faded murals depicting scenes of unspeakable suffering. As he studied the tortured faces staring back at him, a sense of unease crept over him, and he could feel the weight of their anguish pressing down upon his soul. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing Jonathan's lantern and plunging him into darkness. Panic seized him as unseen hands brushed against his skin, sending a shiver down his spine. With trembling hands, Jonathan fumbled for his flashlight, but before he could illuminate the darkness, he felt a presence looming behind him, a presence so palpable. It seemed to suffocate the very air around him. As he turned to confront the unseen entity, Jonathan's heart froze in his chest. Before him stood the spectral figure of a woman, her form twisted in agony, her eyes pools of endless darkness. She reached out to him with spectral hands, her touch sending a chill down his spine. In that moment, Jonathan knew he was not alone. He was surrounded by the echoes of the past, trapped in a nightmare from which there could be no escape. With a primal scream, Jonathan fled from the asylum, his heart racing as he burst through its crumbling doors into the moonlit night. But even as he fled, he could feel the presence of Whispering Shadows lingering behind him, a reminder of the darkness that lurks within the forgotten corners of the world, waiting to claim the souls of the unwary.